Hello everyone, welcome to StartTech. In today's video, we are going to see second part of the series of Amazon Kinesis. So if you have not watched the previous video, please go and watch first previous video so that you can understand and relate to the use case part of it. Okay, so let us begin. So here we are dealing with Twitter data analysis. So the problem statement which we have taken is Twitter data stream analysis and creating a KPI dashboard out of it. So let's see how we can achieve this problem statement. So the approach which we have selected for these use cases using Kinesis Firehose, EC2 instance, Kinesis agent for loading the data into S3. Data S3 will act as a data storage system, Glue and Athena for data processing and analytics, and QuickSight for visualizing the dashboard. This is the architecture which we will be dealing with, and Kinesis Firehose is not a free service as well as Amazon QuickSight. So if you are following along, then please bear that in mind and set up a budget so that you don't get overpaid for this POC. Okay, so here we are using Twitter API, so we will get the data from the Twitter API. So before setting up this pipeline, you need to create secrets for Twitter for using the Twitter API. Okay, you can get the documentation for this in the description box as well. And so these are the steps which we need to follow to create it. So here we would be starting, the first step would be starting Kinesis agent. So that is the first step, and the configuration is the first step, and then starting Kinesis agent is the second step. Third step is running the Python script which will be available in the Git, and will type it in the description box, so do check it out for the script part of it. So once we have generated raw tweets, then we would cleanse the raw tweets, and then those raw tweets would be picked up from the Amazon Kinesis data firehose at 60 seconds, past 60 seconds or past 1 MB of the data in the file, and populate that into Amazon S3. So this part we have checked in the previous section, like what all are the buffer size and buffer limit for Amazon Kinesis data firehose, so do check that out. Then would populate the data to S3, and on top of that we would create Athena. So Athena is serverless, so serverless database system, so that you can just create a schema on top of that using Glue data catalog, and you can just use this S3 data to populate your database to tables to Athena, and that database or that table would be pointing for the Amazon QuickSight dashboard, and at the end user will visualize the data. So we'll see how we can do that. So these are the implementation steps. So first step is configuring Kinesis agent. Second is to start the Kinesis agent. Third is to executing the pipeline, executing the scripts, generating data, then cleaning the Twitter data. Third is then collecting the agent data and sending to Kinesis Firehose agent continuously. So this would happen, and send it to the S3 destination. This would happen after 60 seconds, as that is the buffer size, and we cannot decrease that buffer size, and 1 MB of the data which would be collected in the .csv files. Then creating the database table schema for Athena, then populating the Athena table so that we can get the count size, then populating data to QuickSight dashboard, and this is the agent script. I will also put this into the Git repo so that it would be easier for you if you are following along. So here we are mentioning the file pattern, so this would be the file pattern, and this we would define in the script, like to store it in this .csv format. and delivery stream would be Kinesis Firehose. And here we are converting these CSV files to JSON files. So this task could be done by the agent itself. Here you need to provide the field names of the file, like the columns what all are there. And finally we would create the KPIs. So these are the KPIs, like total number of retweets per location, total number of tweets per location, total number of user per location, total number of followers, and new followers gain every day. So that the business people or the account owners would understand, like how is the Twitter data performing, and what all steps they can do in order to increase their performance of the account. Or suppose it is a business account and you want to reach more people out, so this can be helpful in that scenario as well. So we will jump into the implementation part. So this use case is quite beneficial for monitoring such scenarios. So yeah, that's it, and we'll move to the implementation part now. So in the implementation part we have created EC2 instance, okay, and we have connected to the EC2 instance, and here we are creating delivery stream which would point to S3 location. So this is the S3 location where it would put the data into, and the minimum configuration size is 1 MB buffer size, and the interval is 60 seconds. So only after 60 seconds the data would be returned to the S3 bucket. So this is the configuration part of delivery stream and storing into S3. So currently we have the data in S3 for June and August month. So this is the data, and this is how the data would be into S3 bucket. And once that is into S3 bucket, then you need to create a database for using Glue data catalog. So here are the steps. I'll just tell you the steps so that you can check it out. Here you need to add the database. So this is the database which we have created, and how you add it, like this step you need to follow, and you need to mention, like is it a what type of file so for us it is JSON file. Then what are all the columns, so you can add those columns like this step. Suppose we are adding a name, then what is the data type of it. So in this way you can add it. We have already done and created the table for this. So I just wanted to show you like how easy it is to just create and create a table using a Glue data catalog. Once this is done, then you can just play with your data. So here we can see now currently there are I'm just running, there are 90 rows in this table, okay. And so let's see the script part of it. So this is the script. So here we are fetching the data using using Twitter APIs. So here we need to pass the consumer ID, consumer secrets, access token, and access token secrets. For this you need to create an account into Twitter, and then you need to mention, and that ID, these keys created, you need to pass it in these variables, okay. And once that is done, what we are doing is we are using TWP APIs, and we are just getting the data. So here we are writing the data into CSV. So this is what we are doing here. We are writing it into CSV. Then we are getting the items. So this is where the catch comes. We are getting the phrases. So here we are dealing with Qualys data. So here you can add many different keywords, but for this POC we are dealing with the Qualys data. So here you can type TCS or any other organization if you want to analyze that particular account data. And then we are writing it into right row, and this would be written into the file. So here we are limiting it with the 1000 number of rows. So that's it. So this is what we are doing here in the producer Python file, and in the cleansing Python file we are just reading the data, raw data set, and we are returning, we are cleansing it, like if there are any deduplicates, or we are replacing all the HTTPS and those links for the tweet data. Then if there are blanks or any such cases, we are removing hashtags out of that, so that the data would be much in a cleaner format. So for now we have just considered these all columns. We are cleaning these all columns only, and we are as well as deduplicating the data for the tweets. So this is the script part of it. Now we will check like what all steps we need to follow. So first we need to start the this thing, Kinesis agent. So the way we need to start is like, this is the command. I will drop it into description box so that it would be easier for you, and you need to write the agent.json file, which we saw in the PPT part of it. Okay, so that we have already configured, and we have started the Kinesis agent. So this is the command. I will put it in the description box. And so what all things are happening, we can check it in the log section. So this is where you can check it, and this is how you can check it. So I'll just show you like where you can check this. So this is the location. I will put it in the description box so it would be easier for you to implement if you are following along. And you need to go to this folder, where logs aws-kinesis agent, and here we are just using a tail command to check the log. So what all things are happening. So currently it has loaded 17 more records to the destination. So that is done. So once you have started your Kinesis agent and you have checked the logs, then it is time to generate the data. So here is the script, and so as you can see, we don't have any other data, only scripts we have. So now we'll just run the script part of it. So this is cleaning. We will generate the data using Twitter producer.csv. So it's running, and now it's completed. Now we will clean the data. So this is it. Now if we do ls-ltr, so that we can check if the data is created. So data has been created. So you can see at 12:04 14th August the data has been created. Now if you check in the logs, so here in the logs we can see the like what all things it is doing. So already it has processed these records, 17 records, and now it will pick up the new records. So we'll wait for it to complete, and once it is completed we can see the data into this Athena. So we can check the number of counts here. So currently it is processing the files generated in the Kinesis. It takes some time, it takes some buffer time, and then it would start processing for it. Meanwhile, we'll check the dashboard side of it, like what all analytics we can do. So this is the analysis which we can do, like how many users are there, count of record by location. So from how many location tweets are happening for these accounts, and what is the count of it in each country, from each country wise. So and then just retweeting how many, from which all cities or countries the data has been retweeted, how many tweets are been retweeted. So these all analytics is useful for the business side of people to understand like what all next steps they should take. So this is just only for Twitter data analysis, but it can be used in other functionality for this as well, using the real-time real-time data, dealing with the real-time data. So from which locations the tweets are being, so these are the tweets from which location. So this is the text what user has given, from which country it has given. So here we are generating that. Then follower count, so from every country how many followers are there. So from Foster City we can see these is the highest followers we have in India. Compared to that we have a low number of followers. So business people can take initiative to increase it in order to increase the number of followers as well, like taking some initiatives like promoting it, like promoting to follow the Twitter account of the company, so that it would be more beneficial, and more marketing the account, and taking some steps, so that in the business world we can create some footprint for the account. Then how many follower count. So okay, so let's see. So the data has been refreshing. So let's see here if we have so see, previously we had 90 rows, now we have 107 rows. So you see the real time analytics out of it. So as we saw that we were just seeing the data, now we are really seeing it in a real time fashion, like not in a batch processing where we wait for the data and data processing and dashboard to be generated and refreshed. So here you saw that in real time we are getting the data, and the dashboard is also updated in real time. So here we provide the data set, like from where we are putting. So here is the data set and the tables, and through which we can create these all dashboards. And these are the real time like what do you say, word or real time what all the important keywords in the tweets. So these are all the important keywords in the tweet. So from this also business can see like, okay, which all products from Qualys are being more promoted or more used by the user. Like some users may tweet on the Qualys hashtag Qualys, and VMDR product is very beneficial for their business. So such kind of insights we can gain out of this. So this is the advantage of using a real time real time analytics, and just in a switch we can get the data and analyze the data out of it, and business can take the decision in a real time and not just wait for the steps to happen. So that's about it for today's video. Hope you like it, and if you follow it, do let us know in the comment, or if you are facing any issues, do let us know in the comments, and we are happy to help you with this particular. So see, all the dashboards have been refreshed, and we can see now the real time data as you see here. So that's about it in today's video. Hope you like it, and hope you implement it, but make sure that you have the budget, and because it is not a free service, and even if you have not followed along, you have gained some insight like how you can create such a dashboard into it. So thank you very much for watching today's video, and hope it would be really beneficial, and do let us know in the comment section. And thank you very much, and have a great day ahead. Thank you and bye bye.